All right, guys, in this video, you can see I just picked some paints that I had at home. I have some in tubes, I have some in these little bottles, and most of mine seem to be like lighter colors or pastel colors. I do have some other ones, but I just grabbed these. I also have my paintbrushes in a little, I used a can from the kitchen that had corn in it, I think, for my water bucket. And I also have a little container here where I have additional brushes if I need them, and a pencil. So this is a paint video. I have watercolor and these are acrylic. So here are some ways that you can paint either a background or a finished design. And then again, that will be your choice. So here I squirted out the colors that I'd like to use. A lot of them, like I said, are lighter, but I wanted one color to be a little bit like to add contrast or a brighter compared to how light these are. So if you look, friends, yellow, blue, and pinkish red are kind of like the primary colors. And this is actually, it looks more white, but it's a lighter yellow. So I thought that might look good with those. So let's see what happens. So my first idea was to take the artist trading card size, which is the 2.5 by 3.5, and it's not on cardboard, it's on paper. And I'm just going to start with my yellow paint over here. So I'm going to try to get that in there. Let's take the watercolor out. Put this over here. So you are to work about 15 minutes. You know, have fun with it, and if you have time, you can work longer. But this, if you just do one today, that's what it should take you. So I'm going to put this over here. Whoops. So the idea I had was just to make some brush marks on your artist trading card. Get that out of the way. I'm going to go over those again because I had some water on my brush. So this is kind of a design that's random. Now, because I want to use, I'm going to use a drier brush with no water on it. Because I want to just go back to those colors, I'm going to take the green, and I might overlap some of those a little bit, but I'm going to try not to overall. So I'm just doing little brush strokes to make a design. Okay, we'll lay that one down. And you notice I cut a hole out of this paper plate right here, and I'm going to use that for my round design. And I use the paper plate because it actually has extra space on it, and I don't want to waste it for my paint. So here, I'm going to go ahead and put this other paper plate so I don't get paint on the table. So if you guys are working on a surface, I should mention that. If you're working on your kitchen table or a desk, you want to make sure you have something that protects the surface. Or I think I would like to move to this lighter color first. Put a little swatch in there. So this is acrylic paint, and some of you may have some acrylic paint at home, and it dries pretty fast. And sometimes you can actually leave the paint, especially the older kids who have used more paint, hopefully, you can leave the paint so that it has little, it can dry with those little strips on the edges that's more, you know, it's standing up, the paint's not smoothed out. If you get paint on the back of your piece, it's okay. Okay, so I'm going to add some more. Lay that one down. One more. I'm going to use this one. Now it's time to add my blue. And then I'm going to decide if I want to add my pink in there, my red. So this is just kind of a fun background or paint swatch. If you have tempera paint, which is not permanent, you could actually do a fingerprint design if you have permission from your family. So that's kind of a cool little design. I could let that dry, and then I could come back in with the pink. And I'm going to use a skinny brush, and I'm just exploring, which is what you will do. And I'm going to just make some lines, I think, of the pink. And I'm going to go all the way across some of these other colors. And I'm going to do straight lines, diagonal. I wonder if I did a zigzag, what that would look like. Ooh, that's a cool design. What do you guys think? All right, so that's just some fun. I wouldn't go too crazy, and I don't want you to stir it. So use some little brush strokes and put some paint spots down. And then try maybe if you have a skinnier brush to go on top. One other idea I had was, what if I kind of went around one of those shapes? Okay, so this is just a painted design. Okay, and I'm going to leave it at that. So painting can be a fun way